Welcome back to Off Corporate. It's your boy Chardell. We have a special guest in today's episode, the likes of which requires a proper introduction. You'll want to stay tuned to see this, especially if you're into music, creative arts, or dance, or any of those types of things. But let's jump right in. Okay, our guest today has written and produced her own music, led the worship team of one of the biggest churches in Omaha dozens of times, performed live on stage, written and created her own choreography sets from scratch, plays musical instruments, and is one of the most innovative and creative and passionate business owners I know. I want to welcome today to Off Corporate, Saveenha Dotzler. Are we wearing the same boots? Hold up.
Dogs.
Are these dogs? Those are dogs.
They are.
So, what is Leona's dance studio? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Leona's Dance Company is a dance company for the community here around us. Honestly, anybody. We value diversity, leadership, and really excellence. And so we teach classes, ballet, tap, and hip hop. We are primarily a hip hop dance studio. We really want to meet our demographic here. I know that that's my passion, so for sure I wanted to build on top of that. I also don't think there's a lot of dance companies in Omaha in general that are capitalizing on hip hop, and I think that is so this generation. So I'm going to hop on it. So yeah, we're primarily hip hop dance studio, but we start teaching kids from 3 years old, and we actually go all the way through college.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so what dancers are there? Is it just you? Are there others who provide like special areas of dancing?
Yeah, so right now we have volunteer teachers. I have a volunteer contemporary ballet teacher. She's in right now. We have another ballet teacher that also teaches. And then we have 2 other hip hop instructors that help me as well with other classes. So we have a lot of people that heard about what we're doing in the community, and they were like, we want to be a part. And with that, I said, all right, let's go. Like, I need some help. So it's great. There's a team of 6 of us, so it's awesome.
Now, you know I got to give a shout out to Tay the dancer. Excellent dancer right here in the hometown. Love the work you're doing. Keep up the good work. Love the creativity. What's your background? How did you get into being a creative?
Yeah, so when it comes to dance, I got into that because my older sister Taylor had started dancing at this studio. My parents knew the owner. So I started at about 2nd grade, and I took ballet, tap, jazz. I even took points and hip hop all the way up until senior year of high school. So 2nd grade till senior year of high school.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So dance, really strong background in dance that goes all the way back to, it sounds like, your childhood.
Yep.
So how do we get to today? How do we get to the Saveenha Savant? Okay, a little playing, a little something.
Really, I would say in 8th grade, I watched this movie, and it was about Jessica Alba, if you've seen Honey. Really watched her transform this inner city community dance area and allowed kids from the community to come and take classes from her. And I looked at that movie and I said, this is about to be my reality.
See, I told you. It's very interesting, right?
So I started right off of the bat at 18 years old, started the dance studio, and 3-4 years later, we have a brand new building, brand new space that was built for us. And so
very cool. So on this show, we have a lot of people who are still figuring themselves out creatively.
Right.
So, I know that you sing, you dance, and you have some other artistic abilities. Can you talk to the people out there about your musical background and how you got into that?
Singing. I started singing when I was probably 6 years old. My dad threw me up on a church stage. He's a pastor, so he was like, hey, you got some vocal talent, we need you. So one of my friends is a producer, and I think it was right out of high school, he was like, hey, I know you sing, you should come record some songs. And so we did, and we actually produced them, and they're now out on Apple Music, Spotify, all those things.
I never cared so much, and now I need your touch. I can feel us drifting apart. You told me not to worry. You said not to fade. You told me to
Yeah, that's pretty dope. You gotta give it to her. That's pretty dope. I think even with your public speaking skills too, it translates. Being able to be up on a stage and work with kids.
For sure.
With the dance studio, it helps with that improv as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, it sounds like you've just always had that itch for entrepreneurship. It's always
really, Ron was my father. Ron started Abide Network, started the church. I feel like him, as an entrepreneur himself, definitely, I think he taught us kids how to be our own entrepreneurs. And I think anybody in my family would say, like, we were raised up to be leaders, to really start our own passions.
What more could be said to that? I mean, that's awesome. Yeah, that's an interesting point too, because Stable Gray, my company, started out of a lighthouse.
Right.
So, this is just a feature of Ron,
Exactly.
It just has that infectious ability in a good way.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So for now, let's get back to Saveenha with just a couple of more things that I think you guys are going to love. Stay tuned. Okay, so today's episode is sponsored by Stable Gray. Stable Gray is a branding agency located in the heart of North Omaha and offer a variety of service from logo creation, web development, photography, video production, etc. If you need any services such as that, please check out their website, stablegray.com. So for other creatives, for people in dance, what can they do to, no pun intended, take that first step to start building their creative career?
Ooh, that first step, I would say you've got to dream big. I think you got to dream big about what you want to do, and then once you figure out like what's your big goal, hone it down, and you need to make that funnel. How are you going to start that? The big dream of mine was to own the dance company. Well, who do you know? Who's your mentor? How was your experience? What are the credentials that you had? Do you have enough experience to start what you really want to start? Do I need to start with education first? Do I need to get some knowledge? But you got to dream the bigger picture and then funnel it down and start at that realistic point. But always know you're going to get there. But you got to dream big, because if you don't have those big dreams, where are you striving to? But then after you dream big, you make that funnel and you become realistic about where's my practical start.
Yeah, that's solid. What's an obstacle you faced? How did you deal with that within your creative abilities?
For a solid 2 to 3 weeks, nobody showed up.
Ooh.
I was sitting at my desk waiting for kids to come through, and nobody would come through. I think the biggest obstacle I ever faced, and probably still have doubts to this day, is if people will show up. Are people going to actually be a part of my vision? It's all about consistency. I kept showing up month after month. I had to have a solid, family behind me that was speaking life into me to keep doing it. You have to be consistent, because I'm telling you, 3 weeks later, you had a group of 5 kids show up and was like, we heard about so-and-so and so-and-so, can we start?
Wow.
3 years later, we've impacted over 100 students, and we have 60 students to this day coming consistently here every week now.
Wow.
But you started from nobody showing up 2 weeks, like for 2 weeks straight, me sitting every day. And now you have a turnaround, but it's consistency, and you have to have a family behind you to speak life, to really promote you, to really get your name out there. But you can't lose it after a year. You can't lose your vision after 2 years. It takes 5 years for an actual business to thrive without it failing. Most small businesses don't last 5 years. You gotta be consistent. You have to keep looking at your big dream and get that family behind you to speak life.
That right there, that's my stuff right there. I like that. I feel a lot of that. We're at our 5-year anniversary, and I feel like we've just hit our stride.
Yep.
You know,
Yes.
I feel like I'm finally at a point with the company where I can say, okay, I know something's going to come tomorrow. I don't know what,
Right.
but something's going to come.
Right.
That's great advice for anybody out there. So if you're a creative, definitely take those things to heart. How can people find you? You know, there's going to be some people that watch this that aren't in Omaha.
Yeah.
How can they find you, and what's the best way for them to keep in touch with what you're doing now?
Absolutely. Instagram and Facebook are probably our biggest outlets at the moment.
Okay.
And then another one that we've recently just gotten into is YouTube. We actually post our YouTube videos. We're coming out with a couple like who we are videos as well. So YouTube is another one to subscribe to, especially if you want longer videos that explain what we do and how we run things at the dance studio and getting connected to scholarship students and all those different things.
Yeah, see, I'm on YouTube and I see they have their own YouTube channel too. You just look for Leona's Dance Studio or Leona's Dance Company and you'll find them.
Another one is we do have our website as well online that gives all of our information about who we are. You can totally look that up, Leona's Dance Company.
We have now made it to our segment where I talk about a piece of technology. Today we're doing wearables once again. I know I have a lot of pair of glasses, but today I'm not wearing the Bose glasses. I'm wearing the Snapchat spectacles. These record in full HD. I'm recording right now. The great thing about them is being able to record hands-free for up to 30 seconds at a time. And that hands-free footage you can use to tell your story without being obstructed, you know, holding a camera or those types of things. So this isn't really a promo for the product, but just talking about a piece of tech that you can use as a tool in your creative stack. All right, and our quote for the day is, "Luck is created." Okay, that's from Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Luck is not a happenstance, even though it seems like it is. There are odds that you will be lucky. And the more you do the right things, the more you increase your chances of being viewed as lucky to others. So create your own luck. And guess what? As a creative, you get to create every day. So feel inspired. Leona's Dance Company is located right here on the Better Together campus off of 45th and Bedford. If you have a kid or any other children that you need something to do with that will help build their creative abilities, they need to know dance. It's hand-eye coordination. It's burning calories. It's dope. And the kids have a good time. So come check them out. Shout out to New Vision Creatives. Awesome videos. Love the work you're doing. Keep up the good work. Yeah, so I really like how this one turned out. You know, just thinking about the different obstacles that she had to overcome to start her studio and the commitment and the passion to do what she loved to do is noteworthy. Look forward to seeing her grow and continue to impact the world through dance, music, and the creative arts. You know, hearing her story and watching her dance has really got me inspired. It's got me thinking, watching her dancing and do those crazy moves, do I still have it? Could I still pull off a dance move? Yo. If you have any questions or comments about the dance moves, about the technique, if you want to book a session, or if there's anything else you want to add to what we just experienced, feel free and leave that in the comments below. Be sure to like this video and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode of Off Corporate. Peace. For those of you out there who are thinking it, yes, this is the same shirt I had on in the last episode. Maybe you noticed, maybe you didn't, but I washed it, all right? I washed the shirt. It should be fine.